Soul expression is the word that comes to me right now, or the words that come to me right now. More engaging, fulfilled soul expression.
All right, so that's a really good emotional word, isn't it? Satisfaction.
Yeah.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
So just focus on the word satisfaction. Just the word satisfied it stirs you a little bit, doesn't it?
Fulfillment.
Esther had cod in the restaurant last night. So satisfying. The flavors of that, just in that moment in time, so satisfying. Somebody really got that right. It was so satisfying. So satisfying. She doesn't have to figure out where the cod came from, whether it minded giving its life for her, what the industry is doing about it, whether the cook was hot in the kitchen when he cooked it. None of those conditions matter. It was just so satisfying. It was so satisfying. It was like the cells of her body wanted to eat that. And the taste buds on her tongue wanted to taste that. It was so satisfying. It's just so satisfying. Satisfying. So satisfying to say something to someone and have them get you. Ooh. So satisfying to communicate openly and be received fully. So satisfying to feel so, ooh, you know what's really satisfying? Clarity. Ooh, clarity is so satisfying. And just for kicks, absence of confusion. Ooh, doesn't matter how you say it. Not being confused is so satisfying. The feeling of clarity just feels so good. Feeling certainty. Feeling the certainty of my path. I was born on this path. You said it, and you meant it. I felt it for a really long time.
Right.
I know this is who I am. I know I can do this. I can feel it with everything that I am. You're right there, aren't you? Can't you feel that? Can't you feel that? It took a little bit of conversation and didn't hit it right on the first crack out of the box, but we got there. In other words, so satisfying. You did the emotional work. You did the vibrational work. So there you are, right there in that energy place, right there in that place. So now, tell us about self-employment. What is that? What? Tell us about self-employment.
It's
my ideas translating out.
Right. It's the joy of it's the joy of seeing my ideas manifest and creativity.
Don't get too far out there. My point of attraction. My point of attraction, bringing divine timing with ideas, others, perfect unfolding, easy momentum, effortless, struggle-free, a feeling of meant-to-be-ness. I felt this for a really long time. This is the energy that creates worlds. I'm accessing it right now. There's not a particle of resistance in my being right now. Everything that I put into my vortex over a long period of time, all shining there bright for me. And I've just created the vibrational atmosphere that allows those ideas to flow. The realizations and the revelations are just going to be keen. This path unfolding is going to be so delicious. It's everything that I always want my life to be. I've always wanted to find my centered place, and from my centered place be inspired and guided. And that's why it's not fun to sometimes work with others who don't want me to find my centered place and guide myself. They want to guide me. I want to guide me. I'm going to guide me. I'm guiding me. I can feel my way. I can feel my way under any and all conditions. I can feel my way unconditionally. The world doesn't have to change. The corporate world doesn't have to change. Nothing has to change. I know how to find my center. I know how to light up with all that I want. I know how to make the trail vivid and bright for me. I know how to do this. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing this. This is fun. This is easy. I'm eager about this unfolding. I feel exhilarated about what's coming. The timing of it's just going to be just right. There isn't anything for me to do other than to prepare myself for my path to show up for me. I don't even have to go find my path. My path is going to show itself to me. I've just got to create the environment, the vibrational, energetic environment that makes me feel my path, know my path, you see. Oh, man, it's so fun. Yeah. Yeah, really good.
Speaking about alignment and synchronicity, one of the things I was going to say is that back in 2008, when last time I was in the hot seat, I had asked for a rampage of appreciation, and you said you were going to do it later on, and then it didn't happen. So I was going to ask for a personalized rampage of appreciation.
We just gave it
so
to you.
just gave it to me.
There it is. There it is. And you see, you set that up before you even got here.
Yes.
It took a little while for us to influence. We'll admit our influence. We influenced you into a non-resistant state.
Yes.
Many of you found it. And in that non-resistant state, your path lights up. And the thing that's so fun about this is that now, when the path lights up, you're going to make the association between seeing that, feeling that, knowing that, and what happened here. And then the more you do this on purpose, the more you do what we just did on purpose. It's easy. Can you see that it's easy? It's an easy thing to do. It's much easier than wrestling the corporate world to the ground and making them see the error of their ways. You see? Alignment trumps everything. There's a leverage in aligning with this source energy that's going to make you stand out forevermore. You are action-oriented to your detriment. And we're not trying to talk you out of action. We're just wanting to talk you into alignment first and then inspired action. Because when you start wobble-free and law of attraction gets momentum going, it gets going, you feel it, and you become invincible. And everybody around you sees it, you see. Just don't take problems and bring them to the forefront. Let them be. In other words, get wobble free and then get on your high flying disc and then get into the vortex and then create your vibrational atmosphere and then let it be about energy. Let it be about emotion. Let it be about the way you feel and then watch what happens. Get in your center and watch law of attraction help you out. And understand, if you can understand, please understand. We want you to understand. We want you to know what we know. You are pretty much knowing what we know. Can you feel it? Can you feel that? So now we're going to tell you what we know because now most of you are feeling resonance with what we know. Source is on your side. Source knows who you are and where you are in relationship to everything you want. All of this is lined up for you. Spotlight shined all over the place. As spotlight shined all over the place on path of least resistance for you. Go there, call this one, do this, feel this, all the path unfolding. We're not kidding you about that. And when you're chilled, when you're happy, when you're easy, then the ideas just flow so easily to you. And you begin to feel that magic carpet ride. You begin to feel that worthiness. And that's what gets you every time. It's this feeling that I need to take care of these things. I need to take care of these things. And then once I've taken care of these things, I've got to control the conditions. Yeah. And once I've controlled the conditions, then I'll be where I need to be. And we say, give it up. Don't try to control the conditions. Control the vibration of your being. Control the relationship between you and who you are. That's where your control is. That's the only control you have. And once you master that control, everything around you will fall right into place. Feel that? Feel that?
I'm getting there.
And so you realize that you can do that or that. Which would you rather do? That's something you can control. That you can do that. You can do that. You are doing that. Love. No conditions. Unconditional love. You can tap into that. You just did. You can tap into it often. You can make that an art within yourself. And not many days from now, hopeless will be gone from your vibrational frequency. But we don't want you to accomplish this so that you can change the condition, although it will. We want you to find this because love feels so much better right now than hopeless. So much better right now. And life is now and now and now and now. It's not later. It's not later. It wasn't before. It's not next. It's now. Right now. You can resonate with the fullness of who you are or not. That's all.
I lost my job or something.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's probably.
Well, now we're playing your role. You're playing that role.
All right.
So you've lost your job. So things that aren't a vibrational match to who you really are tend to tend to drift out of your experience. So this is probably a good sign. It probably means you're moving into a place that's more clearly who you are, and things that aren't who you are not holding to you so much. This is a really good thing, because we've been doing some good work together, and you've been finding a better vibrational place. And so I know, say to them, I know that it feels a little unsettling to have something that you need go someplace else, but when you really think about it, you weren't liking that much anyway, were you?
Right.
So then the next logical, so then say to them, so I'm not going to try to talk you into a new job. I'm just knowing one's coming and that you're going to like it. But if I try to talk you into it before you can figure out how it's going to come or where it's going to come from or who it's going to be with or when it's going to get there, I'm just going to get you all vibrationally out of whack, because I'm proposing things that you can't see. So I'm just going to say to you, I know it's going to be all right. I just have this feeling that it's going to be all right. And so let's not worry about that one going away, probably a good thing, and let's not worry about what's coming next. Let's just stand in this place of appreciating that there's movement happening and that the movement is good, even if we can't figure out where it's going next. That's a really good conversation to have. Can you feel it? So now, what's the next logical thing that they would say? We're asking a lot of you, because we're asking you to come and be in the energy with us, and then we're asking you to step out of it and be the person that you've been hearing. You're doing a good job. What would they say?
What would they say in response to that?
Yeah, in response to that.
To the job being lost?
Yeah, in response to what we just said about the job being lost. Because we're like nuts. We're like non-physically intertwined. We're like not even speaking practical. In other words, it takes money. You know, you got to have a job in order to have money.
Right.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy, counselor? You're actually thinking it's a good idea that we'll just play both parts here.
Okay.
You think that this is a good idea? I really do think that this is, even though it's hard to see, this really is an improvement. Something good is coming to you. Something better is coming to you. It's always better. And I love it when unwanted things start falling away. Because when unwanted things start falling away, that means you're no longer holding them by your attention to it. So our conversations, where we're just talking more about what we want and less about what we don't want, is already having a vibrational effect upon you. The momentum of law of attraction is shifting for you. The fulcrum is tipping. So you're allowing more of the path to be realized by you. It wouldn't surprise me if even today something shows up, but don't go looking for it. Because when you're looking for it, there's a tension about you that can sort of mess it up. Don't go looking for it. Let it find you. And I can't wait for our next conversation where you can tell me what unfolded. Just leave it right there. Can you feel the power of that?
Right.
You all are living some of this, aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you having those experiences where you're just finding that sweet spot and leaving it there, and then evidence comes to support that vibrational sweet spot that you found? Well, that's a lovely thing. But someone sat in the hot seat the other day and they said, Abraham, I just love it when I get up on the mountaintop. I just love being up there on the mountaintop, and I can smell the fresh air and I can see off into the distance. I just love that so much. And we say, we love that for you and we want that for you and we think it's nice that you go there. But if your good feeling is conditional about being up on the mountaintop, then when you're in the valley, you're going to not be feeling so good. In other words, we want you to be unconditionally feeling good, and that takes a little bit of practice, you see.